I need a new intro. Just, hey guys, how you doing? It's a bit boring, isn't it? Wagwan 15. Could be that. Write it down. I'll see you maybe next week. Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, JaackMaate. Welcome back to JaackMaate Podcast. I'm joined yet again by, not you. You wait your bloody turn. You.
Me.
You, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. You?
Not bad. You always say it in exactly the same tone. I'm good, mate. You? Yeah, I'm not bad. What have you been up to? Shall we introduce this lovely lady here? Yeah. This is Helen Anderson. How you doing, Helen?
I'm great, thank you. Hello, my darling.
It's a pleasure.
You're a fashionista.
Yeah, you could call me that.
A blogger.
Yeah.
Daily blogger, Tom. We're talking musician. I was trying to do a bit of research about you, but you just do too much, don't you?
Yep.
What if you had to boil it down into one thing? Mm-hmm. What are you?
Dick face. No.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
No.
I did have that on there.
I would say I am. I want to say content creator, but I hate that word so much. Influencer.
That's even worse.
I just say, I always, when people ask me what's your job, I go, I make videos.
Right.
That's it.
Fair enough. Do you prioritise that above everything else?
Yeah, I do really, because it's it eats up most of my time.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately.
Fair enough. Well, you might not know this, Helen, but we've got a sponsor here on this series for a while. A.Q.A. If you want to get involved, A.Q.A. is basically what is it, Tom? It's basically a service.
Yes, that's where you text a name and a word, and you get all these juicy little secrets.
Yeah. So you can text, for example, mate and Jack Dean and Norwich to 63336, and it will come back with loads of secrets about me. But we did that last week. Now's a different week, and I've texted A.Q.A. about you, Helen, and they've come back with some things, and usually this is the way with this sponsor, we don't really understand it, because they're about you. Right. So if you can talk us through these, not sponsored by that either, but more than up for it, Coke, if you're out there. So basically A.Q.A. have got back, and they've said, Josie knows she's lucky to have a bestie with the hair dyeing skills of Helen. Is there a story there?
So who's Josie?
Josie is my friend, and I basically do her hair for her. Get her over mine, we go to the gym, and I'm like, Josie, do you fancy something new today? And she'll come over and I'll do it.
Do it every day?
Not all the time. Actually, no, she dyed it brown now because she's going travelling for 4 months. She's leaving me for 4 months.
Really?
So she was like, couldn't keep up all the wacky colours. You know when you get roots and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I've got silver, and then the bulb of my hair is just orange. Yeah. Anyway, it says if she ever gets fed up of living in the limelight, and then in brackets, I hate this. Or should that be the melon light? Surely, what does that mean? Surely box of light would have been better, wouldn't it? Helen
melon, you know.
But melon light?
Oh, lime.
Yeah,
it's a fruit connection. You were getting all fruity on us, A.Q.A. I like that. Helen could become the next Guy Tang of rainbow hair. Again?
Guy Tang?
Guy Tang? He's the fashion dude, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to have a TV show where he'd help ladies get dressed.
That was JaackMaate.
Guy Tang then. Oh yeah, Guy Tang.
Guy Tang.
I don't know who he is, but he sounds like somebody I want to know.
Oh, Guy Tang! Yeah, he's a hairdresser as well.
Oh, come on, Helen, this is your forte.
I'm being an idiot.
Guy Tang.
I'm so sorry.
What are you then looking at?
Nothing.
You're really zoned out. I went Guy Tang, and you're we're doing a podcast, mate. Jesus. Josie.
Yeah. They like Josie.
Yeah. I've got a fact about Josie.
Right.
That you may or may not know.
Okay.
Mutual friend.
Mutual friend.
Yeah.
She was my first ever kiss.
No, she was not.
Yes, she was, Helen, babes.
I need to text her now.
Yeah, she won't know that because I was getting on a bit. Yeah, that was a crazy
party.
Yeah, last week.
She was your first kiss.
Yeah, I probably wasn't. No, not that she. Not saying she, Slagging, but.
How old were you?
16.
Oh my god.
Yeah, too old to be having a first kiss. I think we can all agree. You were.
I was 13.
Yeah, yours was on a cricket field, as we learnt last. What about yours?
I was 11.
11?
What?
Yeah, under the textiles lab at school.
Ooh.
Really?
I didn't do it properly though.
Well, no one does. You should know what that is. He tried to have a conversation whilst he was.
No, you didn't.
I tried to make a joke And it didn't work when you're kissing. You can't speak when you kiss. Rule number 1.
So was it just a...
We going
No,
out?
it was like this.
Oh,
Ooh.
what was that?
Come here, baby.
In a textiles lab, famously the most sexy of lessons. How did your teacher get away with that then? No. So Helen, you are a daily vlogger.
Yeah, I do actually do it most days.
You do, to
apart
be
from
fair
when
to
there's
you.
a bad internet connection and I can't.
How does that work? How do you do that daily vlogging? I tried it for about a week and.
You know what? I think you get into like a routine of what you know you should film and like what works in terms of like what part of your day to film to tell the story of the day. If that makes any sense.
Right. Okay.
Like I can go. Bear in mind, like a daily vlog is 7 minutes, pretty much 7 to 10 minutes.
Right.
And out of 24 hours, that ain't much, is it?
No.
So like, you can do short snippets of either showing what you're doing, like pouring a tea, or just explaining what's going on, how you're feeling that day, if anything's happened that's upset you, whatever. And then just compile it all together and boom. Some days are shorter because nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then I might have a really exciting day where loads of cool stuff happens and
And then it's longer. But
yeah.
what happens if you literally do nothing? Like if you just you're hungover, you lay on the sofa.
I think sometimes you can use it as an opportunity to just sit and chat, like talk about something that's like going on. Like if it was hungover, I'd be like, oh my god, guys, I'm so hungover, and then talk about the night or what you feel, or maybe go on a tangent.
Right.
And I think people like that, like sometimes the randomness of how you can just talk about anything.
I did try daily vlogging once.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't last very long.
Why not?
Well, how long ago was this?
Probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, because I just found my life to be quite dull a lot of the time. I would do like one of the episodes. I'd be like, this will be a bit different. I'm actually going to film me editing. Oh guys, I'm editing. This is the grind. And then and then I'd be like the next day I'd be editing that vlog.
Yeah.
So I'm editing that vlog, and then it would just be like, guys, this is all I do. This is literally all I do.
It is like that.
Like I feel like with daily vlogs, you are invested in somebody's life. So if it might be quite hard to like jump in at like, do you know what I mean, and gain a new audience.
Yeah.
Like you have that bulk that will follow you along the way. But then if I stumbled on a channel and I didn't know the person, it's just my preference might be different for your audience. But if I started watching some daily vlogs, I think it would take me a while before I really get into like.
You really need to buy into the person doing it.
Yeah.
It's either their personality or how it's executed.
Yeah.
So like if I say, for example, see like a really kind of artsy or really interesting thumbnail, I'll click on it and like, oh, I love the way they've shot this.
Right,
And
okay.
then I'm like, oh, I like that, so I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Or on the flip side, it's like literally, oh, they're funny.
Yeah.
No, watch that.
Yeah. So it's like.
I love your vlogs were amazing. They're the best. I was your biggest fan.
They were
I'm a big
good.
fan.
I'll bring it back one day.
Yeah,
Oh, please.
Yeah.
They make me laugh.
Yeah. It's like Casey Neistat did daily vlogs for a long time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't like the guy's personality. I think he comes across very cold and just arrogant and quite selfish. But I love his videos. I think he's very artistic, creative, and so I watched for that. I wasn't invested in him. I was invested in what he can do.
Yeah.
Whereas
For sure.
the Shay tards many moons ago. Do you ever watch ShayCarl and his family?
No.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I used to love them for their personality. Obviously, it's all gone a bit sour now because of stuff that he's allegedly done. But
Is he the guy who used to allegedly make his kids cry?
no, that's someone else.
Okay.
Yeah, that's someone else. ShayCarl's big, lovable, fat guy at the start, big beard, cuddly guy, had attractive missus, 3 kids, and it was like the perfect family, like living in America. And he was like the first person to like ever really daily vlog every single day, and it would blow people's minds because how are you doing that every single day? And he got fit and he showed the process on YouTube and became like attractive man. And then I think he did it for about 5 or 6 years, didn't he? Literally did not miss a day. And then he was the first. He sold his company to Disney for like 500 million. Like he's like mentor. He made a thing called Maker Studios, which signed loads of YouTubers, including PewDiePie.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then he sold that to Disney. That's why PewDiePie was actually owned by Disney for a while. But yeah, it's all crumbled now because of things that came out, which I guess we can talk about.
Well, if they're, well, let's say allegedly, then you.
Yeah.
Legally, you're fine.
Did you hear about this? About ShayCarl?
We had an affair.
He had an affair, which is like come on, man, you build your life about being this family-friendly guy. And this young sort of like, I think she may have been adult actress, DM'd him. Was like, I really like your videos. And he got speaking to her. And like, this is mental, right? Because why would you DM somebody, right? If you had that empire, I'm not saying I would anyway, right? I've got a small following, but with that, like, why would you DM somebody who can screenshot this shit? Do you know what I mean? Like, if anything, do it on Snapchat. No. But why would you DM? And he was like, I want to do these things to you. And they were really graphic things, mainly about the butthole, which I found unusual.
Found nice. Refreshing.
Yeah, that was the bit where I really came, but no. That is great. That is great. So allegedly he done all those things, even though the screenshots are online, and he did delete his channel. I think he deleted his channel. Not sure.
If he had 500 million, that's what he sold his thing for, right? So he's probably alright, isn't he?
He's probably got crippling depression though.
Yeah, probably.
Because this is a lovely topic.
God.
Now, to be fair, if he has done all those things, then who cares about him? Helen, do you remember? Let's lighten the mood. Do you remember the first day you uploaded a video? I love asking this question. I don't know why. I never get any interesting answers, but...
Do you know what? I don't remember the day, but I remember the freaking out when I saw like I'd got a few thousand views on it, like overnight.
Yeah. What, your first video got?
Man, yeah, do you know what it was? Because going back, right? So I went to what was that really rubbish festival they had in Norwich a few years back?
Sundown?
No, like it was
Norfolk
dodgy.
Spectacular.
No, it was at
There's so many.
a boarding school. Not playlist, because that's American. That's the YouTube thing.
That's the other.
Something like that.
What's that scummy one we went on the park once?
Eh?
We went
It
to
was
one of the
weird. Anyway, it was at a festival. It was a really small one. It was a bit dodgy, but anyway, I'm trying not to go on a tangent here. I was interviewing Frank Turner. Put the picture on Tumblr. Got reblogged about 20,000 times or something ridiculous. Oh. Anyway, I got loads of DMs going, "Let's dye hair purple." So I made a video on how I dyed my hair purple because I couldn't be asked to write the same thing over again to those people. So I put it on Tumblr, and because I put it on Tumblr where my original picture got reblogged, it just got loads of views. Oh. And then that's when people were like, "Can you make more videos?"
Oh, so you kind of fell into it. You weren't.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even know what blogging was. Like, we got asked to write a blog at uni for our film stuff. And I didn't even do that properly because I didn't know what a blog was. I was like, what is
That's
this?
mad.
Yeah,
that's mad. But it shows that you went into it with the best intentions.
Yeah, I suppose so, because I didn't know what I was doing.
But you were naive, so you weren't going, oh, I'm going to be famous, or I'm going to get this money, or whatever.
Though I kind of think, when I look back on my old videos and my sort of... the way I approached it, I was very blasé. I didn't really care. I was like, cool, I might make another video this week and put it up and see what happens.
Yeah.
But, and I didn't really get into Twitter for a while. I didn't really do the Instagram thing properly. And I know it is like a trend thing. It's like blown up so much, the internet, that it is everyone takes it super seriously. But sometimes I think to myself, I really wish a little part of me now could send into the past a little owl or something with some secrets.
Yeah.
Like just saying, maybe try this. Because I think, because I didn't really care, I'm like, I reckon if I'd actually put more effort in and tried a little harder to make relationships with people back then or a little bit more savvy, I reckon I could have done a lot better. But I can't say that now. Because I remember, like in the past, I just didn't really care. Like I just didn't care that much.
But as well, like people probably liked you because you didn't.
Yeah, care. I suppose so. You're probably right.
See, because I think you've hit the nail on the head. To like, I think you'll agree as well. Like that's like the mirror image of my situation as well. Like, so obviously when I started, I was like, I know I moan about things and I'm a bit like fruitful, fruitful with my language and stuff, but. Back then, I didn't really think about what I was saying.
No.
So I would be like, this person's a cunt because I'm saying it, right? Now, if I call someone a cunt, which I would still do, there has to be valid reasons. This person's a cunt, she's a paedophile, or something like that.
Sure.
So now, I think, looking back, like, one thing I used to do was just slag off people that I didn't like Cher, Lloyd, and then like now it's like, well, she could have seen that video. And it's just, there's literally no reason for you to just be a little twat in your bedroom shouting and stuff like that. And then I remember she like the hate train very much like came with her, and she was at V Festival and someone threw like a cup of piss on her, and she ran off. And I remember like I actually, even back then,
you did your fly up. I feel bad now.
I made a video going like, oh, that's a bit too... I felt like responsible for this twat. Like, I know it wasn't a direct correlation of what I said. It could have been, but I don't know. So I know what you mean about back then making some questionable choices that probably come back to
I think it's just more the effort thing, and I didn't really take it seriously at all. Whereas I think some people got more involved in the YouTube community when they started because they were like, oh, I'm part of something now, this is cool. Whereas I was like, nah, I'm alright in Norfolk, just sitting here like making some videos every now and then, but now I'm part of it, I'm like, whoopsie, maybe I should have...
If I deleted both of your channels, like, this is quite a deep... I could do yours. This but if I deleted it, what would you like want your content to be remembered as? In what kind of light?
Sort of, person that inspires but entertains at the same time. Like, when people say, oh, you're a fashion blogger, I kind of go, like that, because I don't really... I think there's a lot of... When you think fashion blog, you just think fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like,
very one-dimensional. This is
whereas I'm
like.
No, for me it's like things I wear, my style, and sort of how I talk about it and execute it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I also want... I'd like to sort of be known as one that's a bit more creative. So, I don't want to come across as an arsehole.
No, that's fair enough.
I like to think out of the box sometimes.
Nice. Yeah, good answer.
But I've got a bit of a creative itch, I need to scratch it.
I would just say a piss taker, or always a piss taker, or never taking myself too serious, or the game, like, because that's the main thing I dislike, when YouTubers take themselves seriously. Like, I don't actually hate any YouTubers. Like most of the ones I talk about, I've never met. Right? They just take themselves too serious. They've had the silver spoon in their mouth from a very young age, earning ridiculous amounts of money for doing alright, some of them work hard, but essentially you're uploading a video of yourself on the internet. That's what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like, my dad used to come in every single day from work covered in mud and shit and stuff like that. Like, and I'd just uploaded a video and probably earned the same as what he's earned in a month, in a week. Do you know what I mean? So I know that you're very lucky. So I'd just say, I'm a piss taker, didn't take the game too serious, but then on the other hand, did get serious when I needed to about certain topics. Do you know what I mean? My audience is, and I'm obviously biased, but I would say are some of the best out there, because if you see my comments, what they say, they're very quick to like jump on the piss take train with me. But then if I do a video about like a charity or something that's happening in the news, boom, they're there. We can raise just as much money as some of the bigger guys. Do you know what I mean? So they do band together. Like, we're very much like, I never used to think that I had, and I hate this word, but just for lack of a better word, like an army. You know how people like the Jake Paul goes, oh, the Jake Paulers or anything. I don't, and I will never categorise them and group them into one.
You just call them the scum.
Exactly. That's the piss-taking relationship we have. Yeah. But there is very much a group of them there that do come together when they need to. So just a piss taker, and nothing more. Nothing more. You? Your channel? What do you mean? Describe your videos for anyone that hasn't seen them.
Just vlogs, aren't they? Just vlogs.
They're not just vlogs. They're unlike anything you've ever seen ever before.
What? No, just a little intro and then just a little daily vlog. That's it, isn't it? I mean, that's all it was.
Yeah, quite commentary as well. Like your first one about the veiny egg. That's the kind of content you're getting over at Nozza. You found a veiny egg. You did a whole video about it, and then you made like stories and stuff. You give it a narrative, mate. Which is good.
I love them so much. They're so good.
I've got so much stuff recorded from when I went travelling. And I'm always like, I'm going to edit that and make some vlogs again. But
you never get around to it.
I could do so easily. There's no reason why I haven't. I've got all these intros in my head as well, so I will.
Come to Norwich.
So I'm moving into my first house soon as well. I was thinking that'd be great to start then.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking the same kind of thing.
Yeah, but then make sure you're like Helen on that and you actually do it. Because when I moved into my house with Wesley and Jason, I was like, I'm going to vlog every day. I'm going to make these two like characters. And we just did.
I think I just do it when I'm doing something that's interesting. Because I think I got really like, I'm not doing anything good this week. And I was like, I work right by a zoo. So I was like, I'm just going to go on my lunch break to the zoo by myself. And I was like, oh, this is my life. And I was like, that's low.
Is that when you realised, okay.
Yeah, this is a bit much. Yeah. So I was like, if I do interesting stuff, then yeah, I'll do it.
28 views.
All that. It cost me 30 quid to get in, but I've got 10 views. So there you go.
Oh, get yourself on Tumblr. That's the secret.
Oh, yeah.
That's the secret. For anyone who doesn't know as well, we're actually from the same city.
We are.
Norwich. How'd you find that?
I love it. I do.
Do you actually?
So we lived in Suffolk, and Mum remarried and he moved us to Yorkshire, and then we moved back to Norwich when I was 14.
Oh.
So,
okay.
but I've always been familiar with Norwich and surrounding areas because obviously I was born in Suffolk and my dad lived in Tackleston for a bit.
Right.
These are all areas that.
Never heard of Tackleston.
Oh.
I'm from that way.
Near Mulbarton.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There is some fucking weird names around. Dis.
Just
DISS.
There's a place called Wendy near me.
Wendy.
That sounds cute. Sounds like an auntie.
There's a sign that's Wendy come Neesworth, but come just means via. But it's spelled like, the naughty guy.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. Every time I giggle.
Wendy's come.
Wendy's in the back.
Oh my god.
What high school did you go to?
Heverset.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that the posh one?
No.
Nah.
The scummy one.
No. Like, if you've got like a league table and like Man City are the scummers and West Ham are like the posh ones, you're like Man City. And no, you're not. You're like Arsenal.
Who's the scummers?
I'm the scummers.
You went to.
Blige X.
Oh what? Oh.
Blige X, yeah. But
I always thought that was a fake school. Like I thought Blige X was where all the really naughty kids go.
Well, essentially, and that's why I was there representing. But those days are behind me, you know.
I was like Blige X. That sounds too futuristic to be a real school. It must be like a new academy.
Well, what they did halfway through is they rebranded.
Right.
Which I know all about now, but they changed from Blige X to
Mutant Community.
Sewell Park College. And we all have to wear blazers and ties.
See,
I know where it is.
I wish I wore blazers and ties.
No, you don't, mate.
I wore just polo shirts and jumpers.
That's what you want.
No.
That is what you want. You don't want to be going to 30-degree heat, going to school in the summer in a blazer and a tie, and you get them idiots who come up to you and tighten it like that.
It's a peanut, yeah.
Yeah, we never called it that because we were adults, but well, we weren't. I've just got to make sure that I stop my phone from going off because I'm getting loads of notifications from my fucking dad.
Oh, Dad.
My dad's on Twitter now.
Oh, is he?
And he just likes everything. Like he won't go on for like 24 hours, but when he goes on, he just presses the love heart on all my tweets. Well, it helps you out, doesn't it? Yeah.
In a way.
216 likes, 215. I'm not bragging, but I do all right on Twitter. Whereas you do all right on Instagram.
Yeah, it's not too bad on Instagram.
What kind of numbers we repping now?
Well, I did have 271,000.
Ooh.
But it went to 270 last week. I was like, no!
Did it? What, you
It
people
was really sad.
Why is that?
Don't know.
Maybe.
Do you know what it was? When I got married, I gained so many followers and loads of likes. And then I think because I'm not married, it posted marriage. They're like, she's not married anymore.
What, really?
Do you think it was because
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's strange. Maybe it's people searching for wedding
inspiration,
stuff, inspiration and stuff.
So
or maybe they just decided she's an asshole. I don't know.
I wouldn't have thought so. You're all right.
Thank you.
You're all right. For me, Instagram has always been my shittest one. Like I have never done anything on Instagram. I think I'm on about 18,000, but I think I was on that 2 years ago. Is there? I hear through the grapevine that there's very good money in Instagram. Is it?
Depends really what it is that you're doing. And to be fair, I don't. Whenever I do sponsored stuff, I don't do it. I rarely do just an Instagram. It always comes a package.
Yeah.
So it'll be like video, Instagram, tweet, and Facebook post.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or
I think the reason why, because Helen, with your videos, you're very thought out with how you present things, colours and everything like that. You're very on the ball with that. I think you're just not as aesthetically, not as in you as a face. I just mean as in you know, with fashion stuff, you always have to pair things together. I think you take a lot of time with the way you do things for Instagram. You think about it. You just do a picture of you at the Wetherspoons.
I don't think I've ever done that. But
so I think like people will follow people if it's just like beautiful photos all the time. And
I can't do that.
You have to have a good feed, man.
Do you?
Tell you what, you can get an app called which basically gives you your Instagram feed and then gives you like a load of tiles above it. So if you want to upload more photos, you can arrange them so it fits in with your feed, and so you don't, you know, if you're like, I don't know, some people are very pedantic about it. Yeah. You're like, you don't want to, that picture's too similar in colour to that one, I can't put them next to each other.
Really?
Well, I get like that most sometimes. So I'm like, ooh.
I find it very hard to say anything that anyone would give a shit about on Twitter. Like if I tweet, I'm like, I always think, who would give a shit about that?
Yeah, you are dog shit on Twitter. You are really bad. Like,
why?
You'll do like one tweet a week, and it'll be like just seen this insert really niche thing here. Like, how cool's that?
I don't say how cool is that.
No, but like you tweeted a picture of those two bald guys outside the shop the other day, and he was like, "These men intrigue me."
Well,
so why? What? No context.
It was two men who were just, one was giving the other one directions. One was taller than the other one. They both had beards and bald, and both wearing the same checkered shirt. They weren't together.
Right.
Why were they together? So they were there just talking to each other. I was like, do they know? So that really intrigued me, because
What do they know? What do they look like?
I want to know their story.
And you tweeted that thinking, these will know.
Oh, this will pop. This will pop.
How many likes you get?
We'll get those guys on. Yeah. Why were you there?
How do you know they didn't know each other?
I don't know.
And they were just pretending to give directions to get on Twitter.
I like to look at people and say, this is their whole backstory. Oh. Not judge them, but like make a little story in my head.
Definitely judge them. Judge everything they've ever done.
So I saw the other day, like, we were I was in a little holiday over the weekend, and someone drove past, like, coming out of the co-op with some, like, booze or whatever, and there's this woman and this younger guy, and I was like, oh, so she's just had a divorce, and she's met up with a younger brother to have some fun again for the weekend. But not like fun as in that, no, as in just catch up and have a good time, and she's like, oh yeah, she might meet one of his friends and get on with him. I like to build the story in my head. So that's, I'm sure Twitter.
I like that. That'd actually make a good video. Yeah, you should do that.
Judging people from afar. Like
film outside your window, just them, and go, she's done this, he's done that. That'll get some views, champ. Do that. Anyway, go back to Norwich, Helen.
Yeah.
Do you ever go out?
Yes.
Like, as in out?
Not as much as I used to.
Not as much.
Come on.
This might not mean anything to any of the listeners or the viewers who don't know Norwich very well, but for my own personal knowledge, where did you used to go?
Waterfront.
Was it?
All the time.
Respect me.
I used to go there from 17, and I used to go Friday night, Saturday night.
Did you?
And I was a cleaner, so I used to clean hotel rooms. I used to go out, and then I had to be up at work for 8 a.m. And I'd be like, I think I'm still drunk. Then I might lay down on a bed for a little bit. I'd eat some biscuits. Sometimes people would leave booze behind, and I'd hide them in the hedges.
You'd leave what?
Like people would leave like beer bottles.
Oh right, yeah.
Not open.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, because anything that people left, you had to hand in.
Yeah.
I used to hide them in the hedge. Then on the way out, I'd take them. We're like, 3 drinks later.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah,
that's decent.
Cheeky.
We never ventured down Prince of Wales Road then.
Oh, I've been, but God.
It's rank, isn't
it? It's just. I just don't really like the people that go down there. It attracts the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Mercy.
I went there once. I've only been there once in my whole life.
I've been there once. I saw you when I went there.
For anyone who doesn't know, Mercy is the chavviest. It's like, imagine like Pasha, but like really scummy, and in Norwich.
I was working at All Saints at the time, but I was doing videos, and I got a message from someone from Norwich saying, we need this club night filmed. And I was like, oh, going all that way. And this is before I knew you or anything like that. And I was like, I just said a price tag because I didn't want to do it. I was like, this much money, thinking they would just reject it. And they said, no, come down. I was like, oh, really? First I got there, and I was quite new to the filming game then. And they're like, all right, first thing you want to do is you film these strippers. And I was like, just me walking past them with a camera in my hand going, this is the weirdest night.
Really?
It was such a horrible, weird experience.
And you saw me in there?
Because this is just before we met, but I saw you on TV, on that TV thing.
You saw me on TV, did you?
Hotel
of Mum and Dad. Don't worry about that.
Hotel of Mum and Dad.
Don't worry about that.
And I was like, that guy. And then it wasn't too long after that I met both of you properly at Fest Day.
Oh, yeah, that is, yeah.
But that was, That was a very weird little scummy club.
I actually had a shift in that nightclub. Yeah, I did one shift, yeah.
You were like, I'm not coming back.
Nah, I didn't come back. Because what it was, they employed me, like, on a night where it was a UV paint party, and I was just collecting glasses. So I was doing that all night, and then it got to 4 o'clock, and the guy came and he was like, right, you need to help these guys scrape the paint off the walls now. I was like, oh, this is long. So I stood there and I was like scraping the paint off, and as I was doing it, the guy who manages that, or who did manage, was like a really chavvy, like, all the girls that go in there, he probably like looks at first and goes, that's my one for the night, like that kind of vulgar, like 40-year-old geezer. And he had this young girl with him, and it's got to about 5:30, and I'm scraping paint, like, is this real life? Like, is this what I have to do now? And he came running past. The sun had come up, which is, I swear to God, another paint thing in a bottle. I'm just going like flirting with this girl, and she's going getting all paint all over her, and I'm just stood there with like one little chipper thing going, you fucking mug. Like,
oh my God.
I want to put this in your neck. I hated it. So after that, he paid me, like, just cash in hand, £41 in an envelope.
41?
Yeah, because I was on trial. Oh, he didn't get proper wage. 40, what? Just give me 40. Don't put a pound coin in there. Get yourself home, buddy, yeah? So that really fucked me off, and then I never went back.
Why?
No, not even as a punter. Yeah. Just I go sort of waterfront ends now, which is very. Has it changed much?
Not really. It hasn't really changed. I think the only thing that's changed is I've got older, and I now feel like a babysitter when I go.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 26. So everyone that goes is like, you're a lot younger, and it's like, I've got to go in there, go in the girls' toilets, and it's like, someone being sick in the toilet, and you're like, oh, you're all right in there. Do you need any help? Should I get you a taxi? I just can't help it. Can't help myself.
You've got a very strong Norfolk accent, haven't you?
Sometimes.
See, over the years, I've been trying to
get rid of it.
Oh,
it's so nice. It's lovely.
But
I love it.
I feel like when I'm with somebody from Norwich, it comes out a bit more.
Well, you see, my grandparents are really Norfolk.
Yeah, same.
My mum's like pretty Norfolk now, but then Matthew and his mum, they're just like so Norfolk.
Matthew, I've got to say, because I don't think I've ever met him, but I've seen the vlogs and stuff, and he is the most Norfolk person I have ever seen. Like, it's great. Have you seen him?
Him and his dad are so Norfolk that sometimes I can't actually understand them.
Really?
I'm like, that was an audible, I just didn't get it.
Really? Fuck's sake. Sounds like my granddad. Yeah, like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Is that Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
That's
well good.
There we go.
Hey, Uncle Scoop.
Who's Danny DeVito from Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
Let me at him.
Hey, Uncle Scoop. Little Danny DeVito. Oh, dear me. Helen, I feel like we should move on to this thing here.
Oh, yeah.
So anyone who's listening on iTunes, I'm pointing at your wedding ring.
Yes.
How's that?
It's stuck together.
Is there 2 on there?
No, I just got my engagement ring and my wedding ring stuck together.
Oh, you purposely got them?
Yeah, I did. I was like, that's annoying me. Anyway, but wedding life is...
That means you can't sell them then?
Oh, yeah.
Not that you'll ever get there, hopefully.
You know what? Being married doesn't feel any different to not being married.
No.
You just say the word husband rather than boyfriend, but you go, husband. It's all right.
How long were you together before you were
about
2.5
4
weeks.
years.
4 years?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. How long have you and Caitlin been together?
5 years. What?
You really don't want to say years.
Well, obviously it was 5 years.
How's that? Is it?
Yeah, it's going really well.
Question on the horizon.
Well, we've just bought a flat, so getting pretty serious.
And then when's the question coming?
What question? Do you want a refill? Just play go the flow, really.
Are you somebody that anticipates getting married?
Yeah. I like the idea of marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, it is. To be honest, like the whole legal side to it, comes across as terrifying because they're like, you're signing away your soul, like write it in blood kind of thing. But when you think about it, you're just like, it isn't really a huge deal. All you're doing is just having a massive piss up of everyone you know. It's just great.
Did you feel lots of pressure on that day for it to be not just your... I watched the video, you reflecting back on it.
Yeah.
But in regards to like, because it's your big day, you want everyone else to have like the best day. So you're kind of thinking about them a lot more than you are yourself.
To be honest, like, without sounding horrible, I didn't really enjoy my wedding day because I was too concerned about everyone else. And I was too nervous about everything running smoothly. And, like, I felt like I was working at my wedding, if that makes any sense.
Really?
Because I was like...
Like a rep.
Yeah, I felt like a rep. I was going around making sure everyone was alright. I remember one point where there wasn't any music playing and I freaked out and I just ran across to the PA, got my iPad and put music on. Just stuff like that. I shouldn't care. I should have even noticed there was no music playing.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no music playing, be back in a second, and just running around. And
everyone's having a shit day.
Yeah, and then, and I was worried about it too much. But thing is I look at all the pictures and everyone's was saying it was like the best day ever, and I know it was, but I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel the excitement, and it's mad.
What does Matty think about you thinking of it like that?
He doesn't care, man.
Did he have a good day?
He got very smashed, to be fair. Him and his mates were drinking bottles of wine, like walking around with him like that. That's not very nice.
Really?
So that's where my red wine's gone, you thief. To be honest, like, he, without sounding bad, he doesn't really care about stuff. Like, he doesn't mind, you know. He's like, well, that's how he feels, so that's all right. Like, he's not like, he don't think about things too much.
Sounded like a really old friend. Have a word that's original and get over it.
I fixed your watch. This is my son, Pinocchio.
You know that John Lewis had, that Man on the Moon? That's how I imagine him to sound. Like, I'm up here and they're down there.
It doesn't matter, no.
It's John Lewis do lovely tennis.
I know.
You say no. You sick, cruel man.
What?
Implying that because he's old, he's
going
going to bed.
Yeah.
No, I forgot where we were now.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, wedding.
Oh
Matt
yeah,
is chill.
Yeah, he's chill. I don't really actually asked him. I went, did you have a nice day? He was like, yeah, it was alright.
It was alright. That was the happiest day of your life, Matt. It was alright. How was the honeymoon much better?
I love the honeymoon. I couldn't wait to go on the bloody honeymoon. I was like, forget it.
Did you go straight after?
I went got married on the Saturday, then we were there for the Sunday, and then we left on the Wednesday, so like 2 or 3 days later or something.
Right, okay.
To be fair, like, you don't want to go the day after if you're hanging out your ass.
God, no.
The worst.
Shit in hell. I woke up on my wedding the next day, and I was like, how did I get here? Why am I naked? What do I do with myself? I looked over and Matthew was there. I was like, I don't remember going to bed with him last night, so how did he get there? Apparently he fell asleep in the car with holding the pug, like our dog, like Barney, and someone found him in the car.
It's like the Hangover film.
No, it was literally...
Like,
and I have so many pictures of people just like laying in the middle of a field, like, don't know.
Well, I thought weddings were like, I must have got the...
You've gone to the wrong weddings, man.
I've never been to a wedding in my life. Never. No.
I feel bad. I should have invited you.
Yeah.
The first one.
Should have done.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, we went to Mexico and it was awesome. Like, it was first 10 days we were in Mexico and then we went to Orlando with some friends. Like, they flew over to meet us there.
That's mad.
It was awesome.
So Mexico, Orlando.
And then I just flew to Vegas straight away to do a job with an audio brand. So.
Wow.
But by then I was like, oh, no.
Really? You just couldn't be asked for Vegas?
Vegas was cool.
That's that kind of life. Can't be asked for Vegas.
I know that. I felt like such an arsehole. I was like, I'm in Vegas, man. I should be buzzing. And it was cool. I was like driving around and, you know, I like working for the brand. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm being sent to Vegas to do some work. This is amazing. Like just attending parties and filming stuff. This is so cool. But do you know what it was? We were in Orlando Airport and I had to say goodbye to Math and my best mate. It's like, bye now.
Yeah.
And I left them at the airport. I was on my own and it was that. It was all sort of over.
Yeah, that was kind of like the end before the end.
Yeah, and I didn't get to like go on the plane home with them and do that dreaded drive back from Gatwick. Like, right. You know, all those little bits like
they all
seal it up, don't they? The holiday. So
they're sentimental,
aren't
they? What? So did you rate Vegas?
I was okay. I think Vegas. Well, I was on my own. I was working on my own, and I met people there, and it was nice. But I think. It's a place you go to with your best friends to go and have a good time. But being a female on your own in Vegas, like, like I was at some of the events and stuff, and you just got the guys coming over like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, oh man, I just come back from a honeymoon. Bye, see you later. So, you know, and it was cool. I'd like to go back, maybe for like a couple of nights, not like go just to Vegas, because I can't really do the whole drinking thing and go mental anymore. I stayed up till 7 o'clock one night when I was there. 7 a.m.
I was going to say 7 p.m.
You
missed Emmerdale.
The next day I was just woke up a few hours later, I was an emotional wreck. I was like,
what was you doing till 7 a.m?
I was just drinking at the bar. It was just like, thing is though, is I didn't get tired and you just forget what time it is.
Because Vegas, there's no concept of time in Vegas, because they purposely want people to stay away.
And I heard that they pump oxygen into the hotels.
Yeah, fresher oxygen.
To keep you away.
Did you see the ceilings in the casinos? No. In the casinos. Do you know about this?
I've never been.
In Vegas, they have lots of tips and tricks to keep people awake, so they gamble more. So they pump fresh oxygen in, as Helen just said. But the ceilings are like mental, because what they do is they used to be paintings, but now I think they're like digital ceilings. So they like show you a picture of a sky, but like a daytime sky. So you can walk into a casino and it will be massive. There'll be like a lake in there, river, and then the roof. There'll be all of this kind of stuff going on, but there'll be like clouds that go over, and it looks and feels like you're in the middle of the day, even though it could be 3 a.m. So when you come out of a casino, it really fucks with your.
I didn't go to one like that.
Did you not?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty mad, and like they bring you around like energy drinks, and all alcohol is free if they bring it round and offer it to you, because they want you to get pissed so you gamble more, stuff like that. You're allowed to smoke in there. They don't do anything where they want you to leave the casino. Yeah, it's mad.
Very hospitable. But yeah, it was cool. And we got to drive. I got to drive this cool car around the canyon, like not the Grand Canyon, like the Red Rock Desert. That was pretty fun. Yeah, I did enjoy it, but I just thought I'd like to go back with pals, because I felt a bit lonely at times, and so I downloaded Audible and was listening to Harry Potter.
very, very British. Brit abroad. Would you ever go Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, I think I might go travelling around America next year for a few weeks anyway.
Ooh, lovely.
So I don't know if Vegas is on the list, but I would like to go. I'd like to have a little dabble on the gambling.
Did you?
No, I didn't do any. I was so scared. Though there was a really cool machine that was a Game of Thrones one. And I was like, oh, we'll go on that one if I do. But I didn't.
Spinning the wheel would be cool. Literally no skill.
Yeah. I've been twice to Vegas, and I've never gone up to a dealer and bought a grand. No, I've never gone up to a dealer and played a game. I always play on like the manual ones. Because I feel so intimidated. Because even if I tried to be like Johnny Big Bananas and go over that, I'm pretty sure that's the second podcast I've said that phrase, which is fucking weird because I never say it. But even if I was trying to be Johnny BB, I'd probably go over there and go, because I did this last time I was there, $100 one spin, and I'd probably go $100 one spin. The guy next to me would go like, what, like you? Because I did put $100 on black or red before I went out one night in Vegas. I was like, we'll double our money, lost straight away. Honestly, just gone. And then the next day, I'd limited myself to $150, but I'd spent $300 because it got carried away. That's what gambling does. Gamble responsibly, unless you use Quiff, and no, it's another thing I got sponsored.
Oh, okay.
So I'd lost $300, and I was like, shit, I've still got a couple of days in America. I've gone over my budget. Last spin, I put $10 on a number, so obviously you're 36 to 1, or 30 more in America because you've got the double zeros, but it came in, and without thinking, because I kept thinking to myself the whole time, if you win any money, don't cheer or anything, because you'll look like a knob. But because I'd got all my money back in one spin, on the very last spin before I had to go to the airport, I went, yes, like that. And Fiona went, oh yeah, it's a nice one. And then I literally saw this guy just lean over and look at my winnings. He didn't do anything, he just went back to playing his, but then I was like, okay, what are you doing then? Like that. And he had $8,000 in there and was just smashing the bets, like boom, boom, boom. So I'd won 300 and gone mental. And he's gone, he must have been thinking, you fucking little mug.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's crazy that people have all that money to just...
It's mad, isn't it?
Burn like that.
Saw this little Asian man, first morning we were there, was walking down the corridor, and there was like this little Asian man, he was pulling one of those lever ones, so you know, like the slot machines.
Yeah.
But every time he was pulling it, he was going like, it was going ding, 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 and he was going, ah, like really he was like the little guy from The Hangover, like, and he was going mental, and he'd like accumulated a crowd around him, so people are like, oh, what's he winning? But what he'd been doing is it was one of those machines where, you know, like a scratch card.
Mm-hmm.
You pay £1, you get a winning scratch card, but it's just £1. He'd been pulling it and just literally just keeping the same money, and he printed it out, and he had like $12 on there, but he was going absolutely mental. So I saw these two girls, they went over and was like looking at his sheet, and I was like, what did he get? They went $12 and just walked on. What a little mug.
Oh my God.
No, but bless him for going nuts, just winning your money back.
Yeah.
That is a win in Vegas in many ways, isn't it?
You didn't lose anything, so it's not really...
Yeah, I feel like Vegas is like, it's like a place full of a lot of men who are probably recently divorced. They drink a lot of vodka, but it's alright, they're over it. Them kind of men, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like Sharon anyway. She was a slag. And then they go there and then they spend too much money and then they just go back to their company, and it's just, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them kind of thing. Very lonely gutter men.
Well, it used to be the stag do like one of the big places, didn't it?
Yeah.
Back in the day, I wouldn't want to go to Vegas for a stag do.
Yeah, I did feel a bit sorry for some people there though, because at first you get to Vegas and it's all very big and glitzy and you've got all the fruit machines everywhere and it's like, oh, Vegas is funny. And then I think by the 5th day I was going downstairs for breakfast and it was like 8 a.m. and there was just like men on their own smoking and drinking beers, and you're like, you didn't go to bed, did you?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, I don't... As funny as it might be at first glance, when you actually think about it, you're like, oh, they're on their own, and they're like, and they might be having a great time, but I was like, felt sad for them.
Have you ever had any like scary experiences while on your travels?
We were got on the plane. It's like, we're gonna get there well early. It's like, can't believe we're flying to Orlando and it's only taken an hour. Whoa. And we were gonna get there for like 2 p.m. and get to our villa early and, you know, be really super organised. And anyway, so we got on the plane, we were about to leave, we were on the runway, and then the pilot goes, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to turn the plane around because it appears we have no fuel.
What the?
What?
And I was like, what? Turns out, so we went around, we were waiting for ages, it was super delayed. Turned out that they filled it up, and the sensor in the fuel tank was telling them that it was full, but it turns out they'd only had like a third of what they would require to actually get there.
Whoa.
So they were like, we haven't really experienced this before, so we need to call up our office in New York to ask them how to deal with this.
Is this why you were in the...
No, this was when we were waiting to go,
right.
But they were taking so long to check it, and I was like, fucking hell, I don't know if I want to get on this plane, because if the sensors are broken in there, where else are they broken?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, oh, I just did, but it was fine. We got there. I watched the Batman movie, Lego movie, on the plane, and it was all right. But that could have been a really bad experience.
I don't know why. I don't know if this is offensive to say, but sometimes you just remind me, like, you talk so eloquently about stuff, and then you just turn into like an 11-year-old little girl. Like, oh yeah, this plane nearly killed me, and then I watched the Batman movie. The best thing.
Well, actually, I met I was doing this thing ages ago, and I met like a body language person, like her expert. Like, she teaches people how to use their body language.
Right.
And she was watching people's body language in like a scenario and explaining what was going on. And she said to me that I've got very childish like traits, and I was like, oh. She went, no, it's nice. Bitch. She was like, it's quite a, I don't know. She said it was like a good thing.
Right.
That, like, sometimes.
Did she go? It's a good thing. Don't you worry, little squirt. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say, I do go into kid mode.
No, it's good. I like it.
A balance.
It's like, I think it's probably a draw, because it's a draw for your audience. Like, pulls people in, because it's fairly unusual. Some of your viewers have been in touch, Helen.
Have they?
One guy was very persistent.
Yeah.
JaackMaate.
He's lovely, actually.
I met him at Summer in the City as well.
He bought me a muffin.
Did you eat it?
Yeah. It was really nice.
Did you eat it?
Yeah.
Well, he brought me some strawberries, and I was told specifically... The Scottish guy, not to eat them.
Why?
Because apparently he had been taking people food all day that had stuff in that you shouldn't eat.
Really? Oh my God, my heart!
Was it a double chocolate muffin?
No, he gave me some strawberries, and the security took them and was like, "You're not allowed to eat food from people."
Oh.
Because in basically, long story short, but in America, a YouTuber fan met a YouTuber and put needles in this thing, in this cake, and the guy ate it and it cut his mouth. They arrested the 15-year-old girl, and she said, I just wanted to have an impact on his life. I just wanted to make him feel something.
Oh,
and he was like, well, you definitely fucking done that. Yeah.
Well, I did pull it apart and I opened it up. I was like, ooh, it's nice.
Did you?
There was no need.
I'm surprised they let you eat it. They didn't let me.
No.
But anyway, going too far into the muffin, I feel. So Jack McLean, the guy in question, says, what's your favourite tattoo and why?
My favourite tattoo is my flamingo, because when I got the idea for it, I was like, yes! That's such a great idea! You love flamingos! And also because it's got like the feathers on the headdress and stuff.
Do your tattoos mean anything?
Well. Not really. It's just a reflection of her personality. Like Emma up here, she's a showgirl. She's like a, well, she might not look it to anyone else, but the intention was she was like a showgirl, like the feathers, like a performer on stage. I was like, that's basically reflects my
personality.
Like, I'll just fill out the rest with whatever you like, pretty much.
Are you going to get more? Have you got plans to get more?
I want to get 2 lion heads on the back of my thighs, like each thigh, looking in, a male and a female, and they're going to have like epic headdresses on as well. That's just the reason why at first I was like, I want a fire tattoo on the back was because I asked my tattoo artist, do tattoos cover up cellulite? And she said, I don't know, probably. And I went, cool, I get.
Imagine it would, to be fair.
It probably disguises it.
Yeah.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Do you not think so?
Cellulite is like, is that wrinkles sort of thing?
Yeah,
like,
it's like
I
when
don't
you
know why
get,
I'm doing that.
I think it's like when the, it sounds so rank, but like when the fat is sort of towards the surface and it goes bumpy. Because you're obviously fat, and if you feel fat, it's like...
It looks a little blurry.
See, because I'm thinking if you get a duvet and you do that and it's got like bumpy...
Well, you're kind of right.
No, wait, and then it's bumpy.
Yeah.
If you then get a duvet that's like West Ham print, it's still going to have them bumps in it.
Yeah,
They're just claret
you're
bumps.
right. You just can't notice them as much. But, you know, it's either that or lipo. I don't want to
You
get lipo.
could do a magnifying glass and have, say, like, within the magnifying glass. Because that would actually kind of work a bit.
You could have what?
A magnifying glass, let's say, like, inside the magnifying glass is a bit blurry, like it would be in
Yeah.
I mean, you could do...
Or you can have, like, a landscape, so there's, like, little mountains.
Yes.
That's good.
Or about the Van Gogh sky.
Yeah, you could shade it in, like, little blue bits.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that'd be
Now
good.
we're rocking. Now I'll kick
Yes, I might take this to Dragon's Den. Cellulite tattoos. That's well good, actually. Let me write that down. And somebody else says, why don't you... A very good question, actually. Why don't you make merchandise?
Oh, I want to. It's just been a case of time. I haven't had a lot of time this year because I've been like winning, planning, and all that shit. So,
Happiest day of your life. Remember that, kids. Oh, dear. Plain white.
Yeah.
Little logo.
Yeah.
Of a watermelon,
Yeah.
but it's got hands and legs.
Oh my god.
Nah? You,
Maybe.
Well, write it down, and
Maybe
then if you want to use it, we'll work out the cut.
We'll do a key ring or something.
Sell it to arcades to win in the 2p machines. That kind of tat. Nah, Ollie White's already mastered that area, that genre. Your merch? I reckon you could come up with something funny. No one would buy it, but like...
No one would buy it.
But it would
just
be good.
Just a shoehorn. just nozzer over. That's it. Yeah.
So you should do something that no one would want anyway. Because then when no one buys
That's my videos.
No.
Just print out every frame from your videos and put it in a flip book.
Come on.
Do that. Anyway, I think that's about all we've got time for. Somebody says, are you seeing Gaga in London this year? But it doesn't matter.
Are you seeing Gaga?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, it does matter then. I thought you were just going to say no and that'd be the end of that.
No, I am.
You're a big fan?
Yeah.
Is she
I've
your
seen her
number
every
one?
time. Not my number one, but she's up there. I've seen her every concert.
Would she be the one that you... Sorry, because I just remembered another question that I didn't ask. Can't remember who it's from, sorry. But
Stay there. Talk.
Oh yeah, you've got something coming out your nose.
what is it?
Oh god, it. If it was just a hair, but I think I'll
No, has it been there the whole time?
No.
Because you are the kind of guy that would leave it there the whole time and then make a point of it.
Well,
So-
there's a bean. I'd throw it away. Anyway, sorry.
Somebody else asked if you could collaborate musically
Yeah.
with any artist in the world, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a nice question. I would like to collaborate with... I really like the band Best Coast.
Okay.
Because they're quite like the style of music that we make music like.
Yeah.
And Ooh, or Tame Impala would be fun.
Decent.
That would be good.
Very decent.
Come on.
How come you're not Melon Lady anymore?
Because...
Screw up.
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
Oh!
Savage.
No, I didn't mean like that.
Oh!
It was a bit more mature content.
That's very harsh.
No, it was just a bit weird. It was a bit cringe. You know, you go to... I remember, I think the turning point was when I went to an event. I won an award.
Yeah.
Blogging award.
Right.
And it was like, the winner is Melon Lady. And I was like, oh my god.
You're like, I love melons.
Just went up with a big melon hat on. Big foam melon
I
suit.
like it. It was stupid. That's what, really quickly, this is my point about, you know, when you start like YouTube and you don't really give a shit, so you give yourself stupid news names because you don't think anyone's going to follow you or anything.
Yeah.
So it was just because of that.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. I was like, no, my name's Helen.
I don't think Dave Grohl would keep Foo Fighters now. I think he said it before.
Yeah.
That is such a weird thing to go to.
What, Foo Fighters? As a serious band.
What does he mean? What does that mean? What's foo? What does foo mean?
I don't know.
Do you know what foo means?
No.
Do you know what foo means? Why is he
I
fighting
mean, like it would be, it's like they missed the D off.
Food fighters.
Because that makes sense, doesn't it?
Why is he fighting it?
Food fighters, yeah. Nah, fair enough. Do you know why Green Day's called Green Day?
Yeah.
Why?
The old draw.
What? Weed? No.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's because they entered a high school... Don't be fucking looking.
Go on.
It's because they entered a high school talent show when they were younger and they came last. And one of the judges said, it'll be a green day in hell if you ever make it. So when they made it, they changed the name to Green Day to say, now it's a green day.
Google it.
Oh my god.
That is why. That is why. Anyway, go check out Helen.
Yeah.
She's a lovely person.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming on the podcast
Thanks for having me. I'm honoured.
Give me another one of these. Give Tom one of them.
No, I'm on it.
No, let's not do that.
Melons!
See you next time. JaackMaate Podcast.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, yeah.